Puppy Trainer Show. This is where we answer all of your questions about puppyhood. I'm Bethany.
And I'm Sparky from the Puppy Academy.
If you have a puppy question you need help with, join us live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time on Instagram or TikTok at the Puppy Academy.
This is where we tackle your toughest training challenges and guide new puppy parents on how to make puppyhood easy.
If you're ready for more in-depth puppy help right now, check out our online school at thepuppyacademy.com to have us personally guide you through every step of puppyhood and in raising a happy, well-mannered pup.
We're excited you're here. And now, let's get to the show. Welcome to Ask a Puppy Trainer Show, episode
205.
That was not planned out either. You know we don't plan that well.
This is Bethany and Sparky, and we're here to answer your questions, all things puppies. Please put your questions in the comments below, but I want age and breed of your dog, and we will prioritize people who show up.
If we're answering any questions from our papers that I emailed or sent in to us in some way, if you guys respond in the chat and you say, that's me, and you say we have a follow-up question to your response, we're going to prioritize you guys because we like the back and forth through repeating. We like that.
Prioritize.
Why you pretend like I mumble? Why you pretend like that's not a thing for the past 10 years?
I just like to point it out if I get the opportunity.
When I say place duration.
Okay.
Yeah. I know how I am. I know what I am.
Self-awareness.
You can't embarrass me.
Self-awareness. 2025. Okay. I love this question because, man, I'm just going to get pumped. This is a good question. I've just been in my car for like 2 hours, asleep practically, and I'm trying to get my energy up. Okay. Katie Bumblebee, when wearing the treat pouch, my dog only wants to jump and nip at the pouch. How do I redirect his attention away from the treat pouch? You don't! Man, this is good stuff. Okay,
this is probably her favorite question to answer too.
I love it. It's such an opportunity. Whenever I see this with clients, I'm like, yes. Oh, hello, Peanut.
Peanut is very excited. Oh, hi, Peanut.
I need my hands. I'm not Italian, but I need my Italian hands.
You don't. You really don't.
There you go.
Hi,
oh
Peanut.
my god, he's got like brindle coloring. You're so cute.
Did Josh give you our craziest puppy right now?
She was common until she fighted.
She just cleaned up my teeth.
I know. Ew.
Yeah.
Okay.
You find anything good in there?
So this is an excellent opportunity to teach a boundary. You do not redirect. You use it as an opportunity to help the dog learn how to be respectful. I mean, that's our way of looking at it. They don't think about respect. They just, feed off of energy. And your energy, Katie, is squishy to the dog. So we're going to change that. What you're going to do is, let's just say you're doing sit. I would recommend doing place for this, especially on a cot. It's crazy. Even though we don't use cots a lot in my house, I train all the dogs on cots and then put them on dog beds because that is how beneficial using a cot to train place is. Anyway, what you're going to do is, if this is the bag, all right, this is going to look great when Josh tries to zoom in on this. This is the bag. When the dog, jumps up at it, you're just going to, Now, if your food is here, if you're holding food here or down to your side, you are not going to pull it back. That creates drive. That's literally one of the ways you create drive. So don't do that. So you're just going to leave your hand right here and you're going to go boop. Oh, that's your bad knee. I'm sorry. Well, it's all braced up.
It's all braced up.
You're fine.
I don't think I felt it.
He's fine. So you're just going to pop your knee out and relax it again. And what will happen is you might get barked at. That might happen. But in general, what will happen is just the dog will learn to back off and pause. Now, if you're dealing with a puppy under 15, 16 weeks old, you are only looking for a brief pause. It's like they get back on, they settle back on place, or they go back into their sit, pause, good food. As they get older, though, you don't give food for that really quickly. Like if you have to bump into them and have them back off, then you do your stay, you back up, come, sit, place, and you do a few other things before you feed. But in the beginning stages, if the puppy's really young and you're just teaching this new command, as soon as you kind of give them a little bump off and they get it and they back off for a second, good food, but you just better get out of that really quickly, within days, honestly. But this is such an opportunity to teach a boundary. I love it. Do it now. Don't wait till your dog is 8 months old and chomping at you, taking your finger off with food, and you've got no real accountability. The dog's not listening to you, and it just snowballs into no boundaries for a number of reasons. This is a great opportunity to teach that boundary. Oh man, I got a story, but we said we weren't going to do stories anymore because they take up too much time. So we're going to move on. Do I have any questions? Let's see. What is Spark? Hey, I told you I had to wake myself up after that car drive. Yeah, Sparky says, Sparking Adventures.
Spark. That's her dog Spark here.
What's place duration? Just joking.
That's because they made fun of me at the lesson for it.
Sometimes.
Your girlfriend said, what did you say? Place duration.
Oh, here
duration.
we go. Now we're doing, that's why you brought that up, because you're still thinking about it. He thinks about everything for weeks, just so you know. So anything you say during the lesson that he's like,
I internalize everything and break it down into 4,000 ways.
He's like a woman. All right, tickety tack. You didn't open TikTok.
It's open. You just got to unlock the phone.
I don't. Oh, here we go. Let's see.
No, I got a question. All right. This is from our video, How to Change Your Puppy's Potty Spot. It was from our episode 190 show. My pup is a mix of Maltese and Eskimo. He keeps pooping in the same spot, irrespective of his puppy trainer spray. Please help. I want to change his spot to the bathroom instead. Then stop spraying that spray. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it doesn't
do anything.
Yeah.
It's probably like water and lemon juice or something.
Just to be real honest, we make fun of those sprays.
We made fun of it actually before we started this live, if I'm being 100% with you guys too.
I mean, we gotta have some fun.
They're all gimmicks, they're all gimmies. I mean, there is no magic fix for anything. It's all hard work, guys. It's all time and effort. I want my puppy to potty in the bathroom. I need to put down a potty pad. I'm going to put my doggy in the crate, my puppy in the crate for whatever period of time. 45 minutes, hour and a half, whatever you guys are doing. When they come out of the crate, they're on leash. I pick them up, carry them to the area I want them to potty in. My recommendation of what we do here for our younger puppies who still kind of just pee wherever they walk is we put a playpen up around the potty pad. So it's just a small little 2x2 square. You put the puppies in the potty, like in the playpen. I still hold their leash. It sounds weird, I know. The reason I hold the leash is it still gets them used to potting on command. There's still something restricting and holding them there. Are you eating my mic?
It definitely helps.
Yeah.
Hey, Ashley on TikTok, how old is your puppy that bites and barks at you?
From there, after you put them in the playpen, if they don't go potty within a couple minutes, put them back in the crate. Take them back to the playpen. 5-10 minutes later, you're going to basically rinse and repeat until they eventually start going potty for you. When it's consistent and they're not peeing outside of the playpen, most of it hits the pad. Then you can get rid of the playpen and then you can just walk them in there, have them potty there.
Yep. Agreed. Yep. I'm with you. Okay. Ideal outfits by AC.
What?
It was a long handle. I don't know. Okay.
I thought that was the question.
No, would you be quiet? No, I'm not done. I'll tell you. Okay. I have a question for ideal outfit. Okay, forget it. I'm not saying it again. How can I train my puppy with my 19-month-old dog? I need a little bit more detail. I know you can only say so much in TikTok comments, which I recently learned.
Is she the follow-up?
Because I'm finally on TikTok, so I know that. But can we have a little bit more information? How is your 19-month-old acting with your puppy? That's what I would like to know.
You got 2 more messages.
Oh my gosh.
Scroll down. You got 2 more messages.
Stop it right now. Could you just let me know how the older puppy is feeding off the younger puppy? And then we'll answer your question. Ashley says, hi there, my puppy bites and barks at me. Trying to redirect with a toy, but she goes for my hands. And then I asked how old. 11. Whoa. Here we go. 11-week-old dachshund. No. That's my EV tone. That's like my first tone.
That's your baby tone?
With my 2-year-old. No.
Well, I'm sure babies slap phones out of your hand. I've been known to as well.
11-week-old mini dachshund, of course. Sorry. I mean, great. Good for you. They're so cute. I've had her for over a month and she's getting more reactive. I'm going to assume by reactive that you mean like going after your hands and stuff like that. Well, even though you got a mini dachshund, they are bred to dig tunnels, kill things, and pull them out. So I just want you to keep that in mind when you're trying to shape how you nurture her drive. I would say there's a few things that need to change. If you go, well, wait, never mind. Ignore that I just said that. So if you, if you get a, first of all, longer tug toy, so no ball or anything like that, maybe a ball on a rope, but get those long, thin tug toys that don't have any stuffing in them, and really make it clear where she's supposed to bite. So you need to be sitting on the ground with this type of dog. You cannot be up higher. The tugging should never be above her spine, which means you got to be on the ground, which can excite puppies, especially if they don't have a lot of boundaries, which I gave a perfect example of boundary setting earlier in this, just FYI, you could do that. But anyway, make it really clear. Break. This talk is like,
we're busy.
Break, hand it over, really show it the middle, and tug gently, like super gently. And I'm not saying that she still won't go, but we have to teach her how to, not go for your hands right away. And what you're going to do is just take your time. Don't jerk it around quick, which is what everybody does trying to get their dog involved. If the dog already wants to bite and hold and tug, then you don't need to do that. I think I've already got a follow up from you. Where is it? Nope. You're listening. Cool. So you're going to do that. And then you're going to work on out or drop it. We say, drop it. Yes, we do. I say out. we do drop it. Then you're going to suck up all the excess of toy and fold it and tuck your arms in, and you're on the ground, and you're just going to wait the puppy out. You're going to hang out and you're going to wait the puppy out, and hopefully the puppy will get bored. As soon as they kind of start to let go, sometimes their baby teeth get stuck, you're going to go drop it and kind of get up straight. Now, if they go for your hands, you're just going to bump into the pup, to be honest. 11 weeks old, I would just do a little bump in. I wouldn't do the whole leash pressure thing that we do with some dogs. Now, if your puppy escalates when you try to go no and just sit and redirect and break and give it to them again. If your puppy escalates when you try to do this process, there's a few things you can do. You can do a piece of like dry kibble on the nose to get the sit, but if kibble trumps the toy, that won't work. You could try a leash on the dog and just do a little bit of leash pressure. It won't take much, I don't think, with an 11-week-old, unless you've really got a little piranha that wants to kill things, which is a genetic thing. It's not your doing. You might have to be a little firmer, but 11 weeks old, just a little leash, like, hey, sit, good, break, look, you get it back right away, and really helping with that dynamic. Don't try to redirect this. Work on thresholds, work on blocking. We go over all of this in our online school, thepuppyacademy.com, and make sure you're building better boundaries in other parts of the house, like your thresholds, your crate, your food bowl, all that stuff. Place duration. You got anything else to add? You've just been sitting there enjoying.
I'm so exhausted right now. You went for the high energy role.
I did.
For me to take that, I'd have to go above you, and I just don't have that in me.
I had to because
I'm just as tired as you, though.
My car trip.
I'm like dead right now. So if I go above you, I'm going to scare the bejesus out of this
You
dog.
will.
And
Please
probably
don't.
Scare half our clients.
Please don't do that. Okay, I'm going to read.
It's your show, Bethan. I'm just here to watch.
I'm going to read the next one and the ideal outfit. How can I train my puppy with my 19-month-old dog? They are golden, and he's always wanted attention.
What's the gold? They're both Goldens?
I think so. I think that's what that means. They are golden. So they're either great together, they're golden, or they're Goldens. I don't know. And he always... Can I finish?
Yeah, go for it.
And he's always wanted the attention.
Can you scroll up so I can see the first part of it?
No. Okay. I'm afraid he will hurt him for the treat. Oh, he might. We don't do treats around each other unless they've got really good impulse control. If your 19-month-old can't sit and wait for a treat, they should not have treats around each other. The
minute your puppy starts jumping up at his face to get the treat that he perceives as for him, your older dog will go for your puppy.
Yeah, you will accidentally create resource guarding where it might not have happened before. So it sounds to me like you need to work on your 19-month-old's impulse control and be firmer with that adolescent almost adult dog. Not just the other one. Did you get a grumble?
My finger. Yeah,
you got a grumble.
Sleeping. And you know what that means, guys? We're done. Here you go, Ricky. The minute we pick up our puppy and we get a grumble, if that dog was sleeping on the couch, she would be on the ground with a leash on place, doing a downstay for the next 25 minutes with me if I knew she was that far in her training. If she's not, she's in the crate. And I didn't say no. Did you guys catch that? It wasn't, no, bad, house. That's a negative association. We can't do that. That's my energy. You happy?
Yeah. Thrilled.
So now I'm back, guys. I'm here.
I wasn't.
So we don't punish with negativity for crate. It's just neutral. Here you go, Ricky. She puts her in the crate. Good. House, calm, neutral. Close crate. Done.
Just so you know, I wasn't unhappy before.
Oh, I know. But I was. I like to be louder than you.
You're always louder.
You're welcome.
It just doesn't, you guys don't always hear that it's louder.
I get a phone. You give me my phone or you get a phone.
The way his voice is on the mics sometimes doesn't come across as loud as me, but trust me, he's always louder.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Bethany.
Okay.
I'm like a mouse.
My 9-month-old peed on the couch, even though she knows to go outside and typically does.
Probably overstimulation. Were you guys doing zoomies? Was she playing around? I wouldn't say that because she was off leash she did it. Probably by 9 months old, you probably don't have your dog dragging a leash anymore.
Yeah.
But I think about energy. I think about if my puppy was playing around and I allow her to surf the couch when she does zoomies. I allow her to jump on the couch and jump back off. Mm-hmm. I allow her to kind of have some of these human spaces. I also like to think about where do dogs most often go potty, where they're most comfortable. So if there's something happening outside that maybe is a little bit more energetic and she gets spooked by it, that could be a reason she potties on your couch. Mm-hmm. If she was playing and she's excited, why would she want to take a break outside when she has this comfortable couch to go on and then she can continue playing? Not every dog makes the perfect decision when they're overstimulated.
Yeah.
That's just not how it works.
And I wanna pick on your lingo a little bit. Just it's kind of for everybody here. A dog doesn't know to not go on the couch. A dog doesn't know to not go in the bedroom. It's not really how it works. It's just not how their brain works. It's how our brain works. And that's a good way to describe it. Like I've got no issues with describing it that way. But if I want to get you into the dog psychology of it, it's not that they know not to go on the couch. It's just that for whatever reason, they didn't go outside on their own like they normally do or let you know to go. Like something different happened with that dog and they went, uh-oh, and I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to pee on the couch. And it could be for a number of reasons.
You could have just had your door shut on accident.
Yeah, but just because you've taught a dog to go outside of your home to pee doesn't mean that they know not to go inside. My dogs know not to jump on the counter. However, if I regularly leave like meat out on the counter and walk away and I haven't corrected them, honestly, for making a mistake, it's probably a bad example because we don't correct dogs that pee in the house, but they don't know not to do it. It's just not the way their brain works. They work on instinct. Is what I'm trying to say. Thank you, brain.
They don't rationalize human thought.
They work on instinct. And so something changed in the environment. It might be something you never figure out, and that's okay. And you've just got to tighten up your schedule a little bit to make sure it doesn't happen again anytime recently and become a habit. And then you're really in hot water.
Once or twice, you have an issue. 4 or 5 times, you got a problem. Once it's like over 7, 8 times, that's a habit.
Mm-hmm. All right. Hitsvara over here on Instagram says, how do you prepare a dog for a baby? Thank you in advance, a human baby. Thank you. So many people, especially you crazy people on TikTok, are calling their puppies babies. It's so bizarre. Okay. So he's like, I'm not going to say anything about it.
What a beautiful day it is outside today.
I'm allowed to because I have an actual.
Do you mind answering this one? I'm just going to stay outside for 5 minutes.
You stare out the window. Now, this is how to prepare for a baby. Okay. So, there's so many ways to prepare for a baby. You know, I'd be curious, you know, if I was to work with you one-on-one, I'd really want to know, what are some of the issues that you have with your dog. Everybody has something, you know, with their dog. For me, just for the bullet points, it's like you need to be playing, baby's crying and laughing. You'd be surprised how hard the screaming laughter is for dogs, even sometimes more than the crying. excuse me, the crying, sometimes they'll just like exit themselves from the room or get nervous about it and try to lay like under the crib, which in my opinion, you don't want to allow either. But the sudden burst of screaming laughter can be really problematic. That's the only reason I mention it. So play multiple things and start at a super low level. I mean, where you just see the ears twitch, and you just play it for 5-10 minutes a day. I like to play it while the dog's in crate for a little while, as well as the dog being out of crate. So both. So if they're out of crate, I can see if they get up, move around, they're uncomfortable, they might start pacing, panting. And then if they're in crate, they can just get used to the sound while they're in crate. And then you gradually make it louder and louder and louder, but you want to deviate, okay? Or deviate the levels. Deviate? That's not the right word. I'm sure you know what I mean. You're going to go up. You're going to go down. Yeah. Alternate. You're going to go up and you're going to go down. You're going to go up and you're going to go down. On the loudness volume, it's important not to just have a steady increase because dogs pick up on that just like people do. It's like torture. So
their anxiety will spike with it.
Yeah.
You want to see it.
Yeah. You want to make it all over the place. The other thing is my personal preference is to teach a really good out and a really good place command. So start practicing. I don't know, my little dog Happy, she loved paper towels and like tea towels, dish towels. So if we opened it or dropped it, she'd like pick it up and shake it or rip apart the towel. So practice dropping it and be like out. Practice teaching out away from you. Out, move into your dog, and your dog doesn't have to exit the whole room, but just moves away from you. This is the most valuable. I spent 3 months postpartum just telling my dogs out, out, out. I had 4, so it's a lot. But anyway, it was definitely the most valuable command. And you need to, if you don't have a really solid place duration, you gotta teach, go to this spot, lay down, I can throw the ball across the room, and you will not get up and get it without permission. So start shaping that stuff. Front door, how's your dog at the front door? If they bark constantly at the mailman and people that come over and jump up when people come over, if that's the norm right now, oh man, you have really got to focus on that or your dog's going to be crated for 3 to 6 months. Seriously, like that. So if you want your dog out with you when this stuff is happening, really focus on some boundaries around that. Anything else to add?
I don't have a baby. Nope. You're way more equipped to answer this one.
I was just being nice. I knew he did not want to answer it. But anyway, that's a good start. We can squeeze in one more. Do you have any on TikTok? Or I'll look. You're very slow today. We've got crazy person in our...
Slow? You're just really fast.
We got a crazy person in our
team. Do we?
Yes.
Ricky just kicked someone out of it.
I hope so.
What happened? What are they saying?
Oh, I'm not saying it out loud. It's just a crazy person. All right. Wanting attention. It's a bot.
How can we get a 4-month-old puppy to be okay and crate longer than 2 hours when we need to leave the house?
Oof, that's tough if you're still struggling with that.
Interesting.
I would ask if you have time to follow up, is what's happening when you do leave? Just barking and whining or scratching or heavy panting drool? What's the specifics, but...
Sorry, I was just seeing what that guy wrote a million times. What's the question?
No, go ahead, answer.
I don't remember the question.
Oh, here's another question. 4-month-old, they can't get their 4-month-old to spend more than 2 hours in crate without whining.
Yeah, just let him whine. Who cares?
Oh my gosh, look.
Yeah, who cares?
You are so weird today.
Yeah, no. Like, let's actually answer this question.
2 hours.
Dogs in the crate.
2 hours is not normal now.
For 2 hours, and then he starts whining a little bit. Does he whine for 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Is it a few minutes and then he stops? Like, what's the detail on it?
That's the detail. Okay. So he just whines and barks. So
barking is different. That's totally different though.
Okay. I got it. I don't know where you are today, but I got it. So what I would do is really focus more on, I know this is such an annoying answer, but focus more on what's happening outside of crate. So no affection 20 minutes before the dog comes in and 20 minutes after the dog comes out. It's like a business transaction. 4-month-old can absolutely learn place and even a little bit of place duration where they can stay on place and have you walk away and walk around. Maybe not with kids running around, but you can get, something decent. Maybe even go out of the room, back in the room. That kind of impulse control helps with crate impulse control. That's why I'm mentioning it. Let's maybe make sure, is that a follow-up? What about bringing him new toys? Is that
there were other ones before.
Sorry, I don't have the phone anymore.
You're not getting it back either.
But once she wakes, she barks, just whines and barks, 30 plus minutes.
Yeah, that is kind of a lot. I would say, I don't mind 10 to 15, maybe even 20, but then if it keeps going, it gets excessive. So 4-month-old, if it's a small breed dog, it might really need to potty, and that's the thing. If you were to take that puppy out to potty and then put them back in crate, can they be quiet, or will they just bark for another 30 minutes? So just try that. So that might be part of it. And then I want you to really work on, to get over this hump for like 3 days, work on stacking everything you're doing. So instead of playing for 10 minutes and then training for 15 later in the day and then free time here and there, really dig into this and do 15 minutes training, 10 minutes play, 10 minutes what we call dog crate meditation, doggy meditation, where it's the same thing over and over again, just very meditative. Crate down if your dog downs. Closed door, open door sometimes. So you're testing if they just come out. When the door opens, you want them to stay in. You use the door as spatial pressure. Pause. They're on leash for this. Let's go. Turn. Pause. Crate down. We call it house. So you're doing this obedience routine, this drill slowly. You can even use a little food, but it's very calm. Good. Let's go. Pause. House. Like, it's very slow after you've done the stacking of the exercise and the other mental stimulation. And then you just unclip leash, shut door, walk away, and see if making those tweaks with your dog helps kind of get you over the hump. At 4 months old, that's probably what I would focus on, is find out about the potty thing.
I'm curious how the dog comes out of the crate. No, you're not getting this back. You messed up.
We're done.
You took it away. You never get it back now.
Yeah, we're done.
Finish up. I'm curious how your dog is coming out of the crate, though. Are they coming out with a lot of energy? Are they bolting out? Are they running quickly out to go to their potty area? What does that look like? If I open my crate door, is my dog's nose already to the edge of the door ready to go? Because if that's the case, I need to kind of bump them back a little bit and get them to back off and settle. And it can be really hard if you have what we call severe separation anxiety. When we get stuff like that where the dogs are just absolutely bolting out, you kind of need a leash on them. And when you open the crate just a sliver and they're trying to blast out of it, you let them out and put them back in, close it. Let them out, put them back in, close it. You got to do it almost like 25 times to really burn out that big, explosive, neurotic, anxious energy. And then when you can bring that down a few levels, then you could probably do a little tap of the crate door before you even open it, just to get the dog to kind of back off a step, then get your sit. It's like the puppy meditation that she was mentioning, but it's before the dog comes out of the crate, not just when you're putting the dog in the crate. Did you mention 30 minutes no affection before and after?
Yeah. You'll know because the puppy, even a puppy, will walk out of the crate instead of like hop or run. So that's one thing that you're looking for. And then the other thing that he mentioned that's so important, I want to make sure you didn't miss it, is have a leash on the dog. So when the dog is coming out of the crate to go potty, you can already regulate their energy because you have a leash on them. So that would be our advice.
No leverage.
Yep. That would be our advice to start with. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you same time, same place.
Thanks for tuning into Ask a Puppy Trainer Show.
We hope you found some advice that you can use to help make puppyhood a little easier.
Don't forget to join us live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time on Instagram or TikTok at The Puppy Academy.
This is where you can get a chance to ask your burning questions in real time. And if you want even more puppy guidance, visit our website at thepuppyacademy.com for info on joining our online puppy school.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider subscribing to our podcast and leaving us a review.
These reviews let more people find us and supports us on our mission to help as many puppy parents as possible around the globe.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.